Hey everyone, I'm Tiffany. Thanks for joining us this weekend. This is Church News, where we report on what God is doing in our church. We've got a couple of amazing stories for you today. Today, we'll talk to Tara and hear about her incredible small group experience. And then we'll chat with an amazing couple from our South Campus who found their next step by going through the next move. But first, we're going to kick it off with a promo about our new series that's coming up in February called Restoring Love.
No matter who you are or where you come from, we're all looking for one thing: love. Introvert or extrovert, we don't like being alone. We want to be accepted, valued, loved. And we've been told what it should look like, when it should happen, how it's supposed to make us feel. But there's a catch. Sometimes love hurts. People can really let you down. So we see love through a broken lens. If it's not always rainbows and butterflies, then what is love?
What's up, everyone? I'm Tiffany. I'm really excited to share the story with you about my new friend, Tara. Tara didn't grow up attending church, and her home life as a child was pretty good, up until age 9 when her parents got a divorce. She quickly turned to drugs and alcohol to fill the void and numb the pain in her life.
I didn't have any self-worth at all. I just didn't care anything about myself. I didn't care enough about me to do anything about it or to try to get help.
Several years went by like this, and Tara had her son, Amari, shortly after she met her fiancé, Brandon, and things started to get better, but there was still something missing. In April of 2018, Tara started attending Church on the Move and noticed that something was stirring in her heart.
The messages just hit close to home for me. I felt like Pastor Wood and all the other pastors that I would hear were talking to me. Pastor Wood's always talking about your next step, and everything would always go back to the know, grow, discover, go. And I'm like, okay, here I am, and this Real Jesus curriculum's right in front of my face. And I'm like, okay, if this is really the life that I want and I want to do this, I feel like this is what I need to do. This is my next step.
Tara got connected to a small group, but she quickly realized that all the other ladies seemed like they were seasoned Christians and like they had known each other for years. She was worried about being left out.
I was afraid of really looking like an idiot from my lack of knowledge, just from where I was at. Even though I didn't know exactly what the small group entailed, I knew at some point it was going to require some opening up. And if I wanted to really gain everything that I could out of this, that I was going to have to open up. I was afraid of what they would think about me when I told them these horrible things. But they welcomed me in with, open arms and treated me so kind and lovingly, and were amazing throughout the entire process.
Through her group, she found freedom from the shame of her past, and she felt like the weights were lifted off of her that she had carried for so long. Tara is a different person than who she was a year ago, and while she's still a work in progress, everything is different for her now.
When I say the small groups and the Real Jesus Weekend saved my life, I say that literally, like it changed my life. It's given me peace. It's given me hope. It's given me hope for my family.
But what's so great about this story is that the transformation that happened in Tara's life didn't just affect Tara. It also had an incredible effect on the other women in her group.
We were the ones learning from Tara as we got to see every week kind of the wonder and awe of the joy of salvation coming alive to Tara. And she, just through her vulnerability, her hunger for God, just reminded us all of the beauty of the joy of our salvation. It was just beautiful. She's beautiful.
Tara's story shows us that God is always up to more than we think He is. Tara was afraid of being judged and of not fitting in. Instead, God used her vulnerability, her humility, and her desire for the real Jesus to not only make a place for her, but He used her story to challenge all the other women in her group and did something in their hearts they didn't even know they needed. Thank you, Tara, for facing your fears and taking your next step.
This is Kathy and David, two empty nesters who were just kind of going through the motions of life.
In general, in our everyday routine, it didn't really have a lot of significance or purpose.
It was empty. I knew something was missing, but I really couldn't put my finger on it.
They both agreed on one thing. They wanted to find a church home and build relationships. They wanted community, and that's where Church on the Move came in. They started attending and loved it, but they felt like there had to be more.
I didn't want to just come to church and go home. I wanted to be involved. I wanted to make a difference. And I felt God tugging at my heart to do that.
And that longing turned into action when they decided to take their next step by going through the next move.
That's where we made those first connections, setting the foundation for where we are now.
Now, they're on Go teams, involved in small group, and serving on outreaches. But it's not just about how much they're doing. It's about who they're doing it with. Today, they have more community than they ever thought possible.
We look forward to going, not only just to worship, but to see everyone. It's the type of people that we're going with that just makes it wonderful.
Kathy and David's story is a great example of how when we're willing to take that next step, God is faithful to meet us right where we are and give us exactly what we need.
Next Move is there to help you grow, establish a deeper relationship with God and the people that are the church. I mean, it's the people that are the church, and that they've become our family.
If you're looking for a way to get connected and build relationships, head on over to cotm.info. There, you can join a small group or find out more about the Next Move and see what taking the next step looks like for you. Thank you so much to Tara, Kathy, and David for being a part of introducing people to the real Jesus.